Welcome to the HMG Executive Leadership Spotlight. Here's our host, Hunter Muller.
Hello and welcome to the HMG Spotlight. I'm Hunter Muller, founder and CEO of HMG Strategy. I'm here with Dr. Ken Russell. Ken is the CIO for the NCI. It stands for the New College Institute. Ken, congratulations on being a 2024 HMG CIO of the Year Higher Education Award recipient.
Thank you, Hunter. It's an honor. Glad to be here. Thank you.
Hey, Ken, you've been an amazing inspiration for many of us in the industry. A new book out, right? Transact, Transform, Transcend. I hear it's a great read. I've read it myself. I love it. You have some interesting slogans in there or sayings that you like to lock in to help people inspire their growth, right?
Yeah, I'm glad you talked about that because the book is filled with mnemonics and ideas and tricks for the brain to remember things. And one of the ones that we use that we're really excited about is people always ask me how to become a better, more thoughtful leader. And I can simply say, just listen. And people would say, okay, yeah, that's great. But listen is actually an acronym. It's LISTEN. So L is for learn. And the idea is to learn as much as you can about as much as you can. I is for interpret that knowledge. Pay attention. How does it affect your organization? S is for shape. How do I shape that knowledge in a way that helps my organization succeed? So if I just did LIS, I'd be fine. But what's really cool, if you do the learn, interpret, shape, Hunter, and then you get to T, that's transform. That's how you transform successfully. And then you just can't stop there, though, because transformation is not the end game. It's the evolution, E, and then N, nurture. How do you nurture an organization to continue and be successful? Listen, LISTEN, learn, interpret, shape, transform, evolve, learn, nurture.
I love it. And by the way, you have to nurture that organization, that culture, because culture can kill anything. We know that, right?
Yeah. In fact, a lot of folks that are struggling today with agile methodology and DevOps and things like that. The problem is what I just said, agile methodology. Agile is not a method at all. It's a mindset. And I think if people were to kind of look at that in a way that it's about adjusting the mindset of our organization first, way before you do tools and techniques, that's how you succeed with some of these new models that are emerging.
Ken, in this innovation cycle that we're in, have you ever seen anything quite like it? It's very exciting. I often say it's the best time ever to be in technology, but I really truly believe it is because every CEO, every board, every organization now is a technology company.
Yeah, I think it goes back to Jamie Dimon, right, where he said that all companies are a technology company. And you and I have been in this business long enough to say that, every year we come in, wow, isn't this great? This is a great time to be in this business. But I think you're right. I think now there's something a little bit different about since November of 22 when we got introduced to the Gen AI, right? We've been playing with AI for years, machine learning. We've been working with that with big data, all that stuff. But there was something special about Gen AI. And I think what it was is that it kind of democratized it for everybody else. Much like when we had the beginning of the pandemic, we all knew at the time that we could handle remote, computing and hybrid learning and all that stuff and participation. We just couldn't convince the C-suite of that or our partners in the C-suite of that. But suddenly it took a pandemic for them to realize that, oh, technology is part of everything that we do. And I think that opened up the gates for Gen AI to happen in 2022. And I think what you're seeing is that you're right. Suddenly, it's different now. We have a voice at the table that we struggled so many years to get, and now we're using that voice to help an organization become much more innovative, much more exposed to things that can actually help the organization beyond the typical things that you see.
I just got off on HMG Global Viewpoint interviewing a global CIO regarding Gen AI and AI in the enterprise. They have some 10 or 11 different business units, companies, and they're full on using it across all organizations and receiving amazing value.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think what we've noticed as we kind of do it, we're focusing on the proper use of Gen AI, particularly around ethics, because I think that unfortunately we may have forgotten how to do some of that stuff. So we've come up with two things that we call the two Ds. The idea of declaring that you're using it and disclosing when you use it. And I think that helps go a long way because, it's so easy to use some of these tools now. So if you don't let people know you're using it and when you're using it, you could really get into trouble.
So what does winning look like now in this day and age, in this environment, cross industry? What does winning look like with technology full on, a technology focused organization?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that because in my role at NCI, it's all about collaboration. And I mean that sincerely. But you can't just go do collaboration. It takes a lot of work before and a lot of work after. And I'll give you another mnemonic, my friend. I will talk about the 5 C's. One is just connecting. Make sure you just connect with people. When I was at Cisco all those years ago, we had a little funny joke about it's all about connections. Well, of course it was, but it wasn't just about plugging your RJ45 into the wall. It's about meeting people and getting together and figuring out where we had synergies, right? But then beyond connections, you have these conversations. And I think it's the conversations is where the magic happens, Hunter. This idea of having a conversation leads to collaboration. But then if you have the collaboration that turns into commitments, and that's where it gets really fun. So when I work with university partners all across Virginia, it's about finding things that we can do together, not just a pilot, not just a proof of concept, but things that we can do that fundamentally increase our ability to use technology to help with education in the Commonwealth. And then finally, if you do all those things, if you have the connections, you do the conversations, you do the collaborations, you do the commitment, you get the community. And I think that's the magic of all this, is that you create this environment where people want to be part of something new, they want to be part of something amazing, and it helps elevate educational techniques up for everybody in the state of Virginia.
Great stuff, Ken. I love it. Give us a good acronym for leadership now.
Yeah, I'll give you the one that's in the book, LEAD. It actually borrows from the first one I gave you. So L is for listen, okay? But E is for empathize. You know, take that time to empathize with the folks that you're working with as a leader. And A is absorb. Take that time to absorb all you can. And then that D, LEAD, is discern. With all this information, you realize that a transformation is a big shift. It's like a big 45-degree turn, right? But a discern is maybe a 1 or 2 degree vector alteration. So you don't have to do a full transformation to be a great leader. You just have to be able to discern. So LEAD.
Ken, congratulations once again on being a 2024 HMG Global Leadership Higher Education CIO of the Year.
Thank you, Hunter.
For more information, please visit hmgstrategy.com and keep up to date by following us on our social media platforms. Thank you.